Here we come, here we come. Street Shake in the building. It's almost on time. Theme music. The Arsonist. Chris Jenkins. Sarah High School. The Arsonist. Living in Dallas, Texas now. That's my boy. Wait for these suckers to get in here. Yep, I said these suckers. Cats don't want it. I'm tired of cats not wanting to tell the truth. This is Streets Take, y'all. Coming on. Put all my data together. I'm about that. I'm about this data. Where y'all at today? Chevelle, where you at? Marty Warren, where you at? You in the building? I need to see all my cats. What's going on, man? It's your boy, the Deacon, man. It's time to get it in. Time to get it in, man. We haven't had a session like this in a while. It's time to get it in. It's the Streets Tape. Yeah, the Streets Tape. There's everything happening on the streets, what we feel about it from the street perspective. Kyrie Krupp in the building. Yeah, get Marty Warren in the building. If I say tomato, he says tomato. If I say whatever, he says whatever. Ed Smith. I called you, brother. You asked me about your son in the service. I called you from the line. Didn't get with you. Yeah, I need everybody in here. Can everybody hear me today? Where is Eric East at? I haven't talked to my boy Eric East in a while. Welcome to the Streets Take podcast. We in the building. Want to give it up. Oh yeah, I'm speaking on Rivals. I'm speaking on Kwame Brown. I'm speaking on sensitive cats. I'm speaking on Bill. I'm speaking on brand building. When you should be, if you really trying to brand build, or are you trying to help the kids out? Because I'm so tired of hearing it's about the kids and everybody be brand building. When I'm on here about California recruits, I tell you when I'm on here about California recruits. Anytime you see me on here about with recruiting 101, I am giving information. I am building my business. When I'm on the Streets Take, I'm giving you my opinion, what I think, and that's it. Some cats don't like you to talk about it. I'm going in from now on. They don't like you to talk about it because it messes with their brand. And I am just tired. Let me tell y'all why I respect Lonnie Pumphrey. Me and Lonnie Pumphrey can have all the disagreements we want. Lonnie Pumphrey can call me and say, I need this, this, and this. I'm going to help you. Because I know he just has his opinion. And what I don't like about us as people is that when we disagree, we always now it becomes a fight. I don't like it, and I don't like. I study my business. One thing that I will say to anyone in this recruiting game is that at the end of the day, I will challenge anyone to be able to, I'll challenge anyone to put me in a room with educators or anybody, and I can articulate my business. I don't just give you whatever it is. When I study the word, I study the word. It's not going to just be what I feel, conviction. I'm going to give you chapter and verse. If I'm wrong, I'm a man. I'm okay with saying, you know what? I was wrong. But what I don't like is that when you put out something, and sometimes y'all gotta understand, I brand build too. I put out a post this morning early, started hitting people and just saying some stuff that I've been knowing for a long time. And that is that Kyrie, your stuff just got made. I just got back. You know what? See, that's what I mean about brother. I'm gonna be in Inglewood. I don't know, but I put out some stuff. And let me tell you why I love Eric East and I love Pete. I love Pete, Paul, and these guys because there's no punches pulled. Many acted as if when I put the thing about the kid getting the envelope and wasn't there, it was like I didn't know or I was hating on. No, I didn't hate on rivals. I was just simply letting those parents know if you read my shirt, the reality is the 98% and the exception is the 2%. The problem in this recruiting game, a lot of you that are 98 are part of the 98 think you're part of the two. And because you think you're part of the two, you think you get perks that other people don't. And the problem is we just people have a problem being honest with parents up front in the game. I had a very good conversation with a young man that who signed up with the service. I heard in his voice he wanted to probably get a refund, and what it was maybe I didn't explain to him what we were doing, how we were doing enough. Okay, I explained it. We came to an agreement on what that is. But at the end of the day, it's too much false hope being put out there. And that's the problem. That's the problem. And it's happening in our community. And at the end of the day, people are being called street agents and handlers and this, that, and the other, and they okay with it. Nah, not okay with it. Not at all. Not okay with being called handlers handle animals. I told you that all the time. These are young men, student athletes that want to get to the next level. And the best we do with them up front in their in best we do with them up front is tell them and their parents where they are, where they are. I have a client that I believe the kid could possibly, yes, play D1. But at the end of the day, with the pandemic, with everything that's going on, we need to just be honest about where stuff is at. You want what you want. As my daddy would say, people in hell want ice water. They not getting it. It's not happening. So at the end of the day, we got to be upfront with people, and that's it. Yeah, Crump. It happens all the time. We know how the game works, but I was dealing because more times than not that you guys don't know, there are way more people who don't understand how the game works and being taken advantage of by the hookup. And then nobody says anything about it. So I'm going to go through some of the comments. Marty Warren says, you have to align yourself with the white. But let's ask the question, how many guys that have aligned themselves with the right group, if you're being given something that you didn't work for? So at the end of the day, you aligned yourself with the right group. And when you finally get somewhere where you have to perform and the right group ain't there to say, this is my guy, and you have to perform, then where's the right group? At one time, you're gonna get what you're gonna get. My thing is this with what happened with rivals. I'm just gonna give you an overall what happens year after year. Not mad. Get an envelope, get it. Do what you want to do. You get hooked up, just go and perform. Can't be mad. Favor ain't fair. That's what they tell you in church, right? Favor ain't fair. I get it. Sometimes the favor of God is just on you. Sorry, right? I get it. Problem is what do y'all hear me about your kids. We have to create real life. We have to make sure that we're maintaining the right expectation. If you've talked to me, heard me say it, I say it all the time. Hey, I want to, it's already predetermined. What we're here for is to see where you measure up in your 40, your vertical. We're here to see you do one-on-ones. Just happy to be here because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. Whether you get the envelope or not, that's already done by these rankings and some other stuff. Let's have that conversation. I guarantee you that ain't happening. No, they just missed you and whoa. Come on, man. That's all I'm saying. Everybody want to holler, let's keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. Talk to your, and then you won't, because we all that's for our kids. Yeah, T said God don't have nothing to do with these. But at the end, if we manage expectations, likelihood of you being picked up, likelihood, son, of this, right? That's the way it happens for you, you know. But you have to continue to push, right? You gotta be able to continue to push and go forward with it, right? That's all it is, right? But manage expectations. Wasn't there? Hey, I Nike for my kid going and doing what he needed to do. And there was a lot of kids that wanted to go to Dallas, but they were gonna have a real fight with me when some of the Trinity League players they were gonna have a fight with me when some of the Trinity League wide receivers last year, 2 years ago, when my son went to Nike after he caught every ball out there, after he went vertical 40, he in the top 10, and he go to Nike, for you to pick a kid that went 4.7, 4.6 over a kid that came here because the on the same as everybody is fair. And what parents need to understand is out the gate, it's not. It's not. And so that will give them the mindset to go choose whether they want to go or whether they not want to go. Whether they want to go or whether they're not going, because so that's what we need to do. If that's how it's going to happen, that's how we don't, because we have to make sure that people know what it is up front. The sound keep going out. Hold on, man. Let me take this one out there. There it is. Is that better? I think that's better. I keep putting that. I took that out. That sound better there, right? So at the end of the day, man, I try to plug my mic up. I didn't know my mic was doing that. Okay, I'll make sure my mic not in there. So again, I will say it again. What we have done, we have not managed expectation, and we have not put kids in the thing, right? I have got to, I think where D Harv just said, my son got his invite late. I emailed Adam Gorney. I was like, yo, y'all invite him last year. Y'all invite. It's probably in the spam. Then I thought about it. I already know where he gonna go. I already know what he's doing. At what point does it mean for me to continue to keep taking him when I know if I'm talking to schools and I'm asking schools, write it down. How much of y'all looking at this rival stuff? How much of y'all looking at this? They tell me. We make reference to it. Sometimes we pull up the film to see what's going on. So yeah, yeah. But deciding factor, give me a percent. You know, it's not a big deal. It's not a big thing. He said 98% hype, 2% false average. Do I need to make that t-shirt? That's funny. That is hilarious. Donations, donations. No, what did you say? Well, but it's a free camp. It's an invite only, so there's no money involved. D. Har said, uh, uh, I never really cared about any of those camps. 7 times out of 10, dudes evaluating kids ain't never played the game, and they're gonna pick kids that make them look good and has a big name from big school. D. Harv is 100,062,098,000,000% right. Because this is what I mean. There's brand building. You as parents have built a brand. If the right kid, let me give you an example. Larry Turner Gooden is like my nephew. When we put Phenom on, we have Phenom. We got to get the top kids. In order for it to have legs, we have to get top kids. You guys don't see 24/7 sports everywhere, right? You don't. They're going to write about the top kids. The same kids are getting the same offers. This is why I have a problem with parents who always say to me, Dejan, well, can't you talk to Sac State or one of them little schools? Sac State recruits the same kids that everybody else does. If you go look at a kid that has 30 or 40 more offers, he is what's called a national recruit. He's been recruited by every division on every level. So there's no small little school that, it's not. Okay. I think you look at freaking Cal Poly just got bounce backs out the portal from SEC schools, and they come from everywhere. And when everybody is told the truth, they can manage expectation. You got 400 or 500 kids coming to the rival speed camp. I worked for NCSA. Let me share with you when you're filling out that questionnaire or that registration form, and it says, "Would you like to talk to an NCSA recruiter?" Let me share that. What's up, Coach? I was finna here. But when you look at that, what's happening there is that NCSA uses the rival series to go the rivals combine. UCLA NCSA uses the rivals combine series to build up their names for people to call. It is a lead generation. You will get a ton of calls after the camp from NCSA because you checked that little box. Because you checked that little box. And so when it has 500 names that they now can make phone calls to, and it has helped them with leads. So this is driving me nuts today. It's driving me nuts today. I know this feed is going in and out. I'm about to change my internet, then it'll go off. I'm gonna have to come back. So here's the thing. I'm gonna change. Let me tell everybody. I'm gonna go off and come right back on. I'm going out. I'm going out. I'm coming back on. This is driving me nuts. I am. Let's see what else is. Let me cut some stuff off right here. Yep. If I go off, guys, I'm coming right back on. You'll Yeah, did that work? I think that worked. I think that your internet was restored. That's what it said. Probably stopped and started. I think so. Went to another one. That's what it said. So at the end of the day, guys, I just want you guys to understand that NCSA works with the rival series for the combine. For the combine. And what they didn't do is they tell you, they use all those names that they get in there. You imagine doing 5 camps. If you did 5 camps, okay, you did 5 camps, and you got five camps times 500 kids. That's 250. I mean, 2,500 names for you to be able to call now and use as recruiting. Then they tell you if you do good at this one, you can make it to Sunday. What is the expectation of that kid in making it on Sunday? That somebody's going to see me and my recruiting is going to go through the roof. There's all these expectations. And all I'm saying, in the neighborhood, in the hood, we got to manage expectation of the parents. This is why we talk about, if you ever go to a recruiting seminar, it's why we talk about the 98 and the 2. The 98 is the reality. Only 1.6% of the kids in the U.S. will receive a Division I scholarship. We say 2%. That is why 98% are out there. There's D2, NAIA, Division III, 1AA, but Power 5, it is 1.6%. So when you manage, I'm not telling you wake up and tell your son or your daughter, you're not going to make it. We're going to do everything we can, as my partners are on here, Cordell Knox. We do this every year. So I said I was going to do this today and help you guys. I'm going to help you. June is camp season. I've said it for weeks. Parents, don't rush your kid over to the Oregon camp if he's a class of 22 and you haven't talked to anybody. You're wasting your time. You need to be evaluated. Camp season. So let me give you some real timelines, okay? If September 1st of your junior year at midnight, you did not start getting edits and phone calls from any coach or DMs in your inbox, your recruiting is probably not there, especially after a COVID year. It's a real timeline, okay? After September 1st, you start becoming. There's 2 things. There is a difference between a recruit and a prospect, okay? You want to move to a recruit, you get on somebody's board. You're a prospect, you play, you've been to a camp, they have your name. I'm a recruit when I get on that board. When I get on that board, I become a recruit. September 1st, I became a recruit. September 1st, nobody called me. I didn't get too many edits. I got a couple of generic things. I may be on somebody's list. They know my name. There's a difference. There it is. Now, we get around to your senior season. We get to this time right now. We're going to get to June. Fast forward. When June 1st hits, this is the first time these coaches are going to be able to come out in a year and almost a year and a half to see kids they have never seen. They have seen you in T-shirts and shorts. For some, they've seen 5 games of film. Some, that 5 games hasn't been it. Write this down, parents, because this is what's going to happen. What is going to happen is after you come from camp, you're going to see kids get early offers in July before camp coaches go on vacation. July 4th. After that, they on vacation. So throughout the camp season, you're going to see kids get offered, but they're going to be kids, some of the same kids that didn't get offered, some kids they didn't see, probably in this class, more linemen, D linemen, a lot of DBs they're going to be looking for. Those are going to be the thing that's going to happen in this next group over in June. At the end of June, by 30th, when all the camps are done, July, you got Nevada has a late camp. Some other people have late camps, but then you're going to see offers by the time you get into July, August. Then all of you that went to camp, if you hadn't talked to anybody after the camp and you didn't get any information from those coaches, didn't get an indication that they're going to offer you, they like you, you're going to hear this lingo. And anybody been around long enough, I got 3 kids, so I know it. You hear it all the time. And this is how you reevaluate where you are, evaluate where you are, and start dealing with the expectation of your kid. Hey, we need to see your first 5 games. Well, wait a minute. You saw my last 5 games. I've been to 6 camps all June. And now they need to see my first 5 games. And then they say they're going to offer me. Shut up. Reevaluate your recruiting. Who's telling you that? See, that becomes the reality of it. There's a lingo. Coach Broussard's on here. And we want to congratulate him for being a new coach at St. Bernard's High School. Steve, Broussard, City Ball, Manual Arts, Atlanta Falcons, Seattle Seahawks, Bengals, Cincinnati Bengals, but just great man of God and good friend of mine. And I'm excited for him, man, and want to say this. But I want to get back to this. We were asked Steve because he also running back coach UCLA, Arizona State, been around the game for a long time, coach with Coach Erickson, coach with a lot of guys. You asked him, if I go through the whole camp season, 5, 6 camps, and at the end of camp season, we go on the board before we go on vacation, hey, we're going to offer him, and him. The rest of them, we can wait. Boom. When they tell that kid, we're going to wait to see your first 5 games, at that point, you need to reevaluate where you are in that process. That is the lingo of college coaches. Hey, you did good at camp. We like what we saw. Just a couple other guys. This is what I love when they tell the truth. There's a few other guys ahead of you. Hey, we're going to wait till your first 5 games, see what happens. At that point, parents, stop looking to align yourself with somebody that's going to keep lying to you about where you are and say, what does that mean? What that means is you're probably looking at the wrong schools. You're probably over talking to Power 5s when you should be talking to mid-majors, 1AAs, and maybe D2s. Let's look at your measurables. Let's look at your tape. Let's look at your film. Let's look at what this is, and let's reevaluate where your stuff has been going to. Who you been talking to? Well, I got invited to this, and I've been to here, and I went. So what did he say? The guy that has the scholarship to give, what did he say? Who are you talking to? Here's the ungratefulness of us. Yeah, I know. Matt, you want me to shut up. I called you so you could be on the show and you didn't pick up the phone. See, them guys want you to shut up because they don't want you to understand. See, there's one thing about, I'm just telling the truth. I don't disagree with Matt about aligning yourself and getting somebody there. You just better know how to play. Because there's a whole lot of dudes in the portal that align themselves with the right folk. Believe me. Believe me. Oh, no. That's the flaw for president. I know he want me to shut up. Because at the end of the day, we got to deal with the reality. No, they don't want you to tell the truth. They want you to be the preacher at the funeral. Pookie done shot 15 people, robbed 7 banks, but at an early age, he accepted Christ. He is on his way to heaven. This nigga done killed 30 people. They want you to lie. Yes, sir. Yeah. I'm glad for you, Mac. I'm just messing with you because you always messing with you. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, and me and Matt can go back and forth like this. Yeah, because at the end of the day, parents need to be told the truth. I got a client on here, Daryl Howard. And I worked tirelessly and hard, and his son is playing. And at the end of the day, he's out of school. That his father is not having to pay for. He's not having to do anything for it. At the end of the day, the ungratefulness, Matt has nothing to do with. I have nothing to do with. Uh, he said parents got to know their kids ain't going to NFL and try for college. Absolutely. You guys, my next shirt is you got to graduate from youth football, because the problem is y'all see little man so cold in youth football. Y'all already see him running touchdowns for the Raiders. He's already there, and we just keep pumping people, and we pump. Oh yeah, he won. Where are you nuts at that's talking about your kid is the number one player in the class of 2029? Shut up with that. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. He the number one in his class. You don't even know, huh? Like, we do this too much, and we're not managing expectation. And that's the problem. There are more people in this than there are 2%. I'm going to just tell you that right now. 98% ain't going. I'm not here to bust your bubble. I'm here to tell you this. Go talk to the dude who went to Black Hills State in South Dakota that now is the owner of, 13 franchises and still make the same money as or more than half the dudes in the NFL. We're not killing your dream. As again, we're trying to manage expectation. Again, it's just when parents go nuts, my phone is ringing. Can you get a kid in? Can you get a kid in the rivals? How many schools are you already talking to? We talking to a number of them, but we want to go to rivals and see if we can boost that up. I get it. When we say it is a COVID year, schools do not have 25 scholarships to give. And if you have a 22, it is going to be very, 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 absolutely. There's a lot you can do as an entrepreneur, but it's a whole lot. Hey, I don't know. Daryl, here's one of the things, and I was talking about you earlier. Had a great conversation with Daryl. Daryl helped me with this yesterday. Here's the funny part about this. Because we don't say we. So I have some white friends on here, great Mexican guy, Matt. Because we as Black people traditionally don't put money away for college, we've already put our money away in youth football. $225, $400 registration, 2 jerseys and helmets. Right? We've already done that. When you look at from the age of 8, if you play, that little bitty clinic flag all the way to 18, you probably have put away 2 semesters or 2 years of school in youth football. So we understand the battle. Man, I done paid all this money. I went through high school. Everybody told me to move. I done this, that. And now he can't get nothing. Yeah, he can. He can. He's getting a free education to the NAIA. And you saved how much? Oh, you saved 10 grand? There you go. You're good. But our eggs are all in the youth basket. We put all the college fund in the free pizzas and nachos and jalapenos and all the kids staying at your house. And you did all of that. You traveled and you paid 7 on 7 and you paid for this trip to Vegas 17 times. You ain't had Thanksgiving at home in 8 years because you've been at man's game on Thanksgiving Day. You done went all the way to Florida. You done all that. And now he 18. And then you see Mid-American Nazarene. I don't want that. You ungrateful. At the end of the day, you ungrateful. You labored. You did that. You did it. He got great grades. His athletic ability said Mid-American Nazarene. Bethel College, Bethany College. It said whatever. And they said, based upon his 3.8 GPA, yeah, based upon his 3.8 GPA, school 40,000 a year, we're going to give him 31,000 of that academic money. And oh, you're a financial aid qualifier, you're going to get another 6,000. So he's getting 37 of the $40,000 a year. I don't want that. Nobody wants that. I can't put that on Facebook and say, yeah, my baby is going, he going to Puget Sound in Seattle, one of the best schools. Oh, no, I can't do that. It's not sexy. I'm not part of the USC family group. I'm not part of the group over here that gets to say, yeah. Oh. So you make your son feel that he didn't accomplish anything. But this is the payout. And you're ungrateful. Because it is what it is. The numbers say 1.6% get a Division I scholarship. You trying to be a part of it. I get it. That's why when somebody goes free agent, 5th round, 6th round, I'm like this. Yes, there is a small percentage that gets an opportunity. But the problem is we're ungrateful. And then we don't support. Matt said some of these parents want to look cool with their peers. Trinity hoodies look better. There, yeah. Oh, we in the Trinity. How many kids we don't talk about that don't make it from the Trinity? We're still only talking about it's 6 schools. Right? 6 schools. And we still only talking about 2. For the most part, we may talk about 3. Now, Bosco, Mater Dei, Servite in the last 2 years. In the next 2 years. And then we'll come back, it'll be Bosco, Mater Dei, and a new 3rd school, depending on who it is, right? It is what it is. But you don't talk about the other 3 as much. So that's how many kids that didn't go. Again, how many going to support? Because this is my question now. Trinity wasn't hiring a black coach. St. Bernard's just did. A very good one. Yeah. Trinity wasn't hiring black coaches and da-da-da-da-da. We got on there, everybody went in. How many of y'all going to Berners now? NFL guy, knows his stuff, Christian man, beautiful spirit, understands the kids from South Central, grew up from the mud, baseball, football, basketball guy, went to manual arts. Now he's there. How many of y'all 8th grade parents now are going to say, you know what, I'm going to go sit down with him like I did when I went all the way to Bosco? How many? Because you know why people don't like starting? They like everything that's already been put together. It's already in place. You just want to plug in and play. I just read, oh, no. No. How many y'all going to go? Yeah. How many are going to actually support Coach Broussard, Manual Arts, Washington State, NFL guy, college recruiter, has a great recruiting service and stuff in place to help the kids. Incoming freshmen absolutely free. Not the school, the recruiting service. Yeah, I mean, hey. End of the day, how many gonna support that? No, we're gonna complain and we're gonna keep following the herd. Yep. People call me, I had a kid call, parents call, hey, should I go? Yeah. What's your expectation? What's your expectation when going to the camp? Some of y'all gonna go to all 7 camps because they got the right logo on the Redlands flyer. Y'all gonna go to all of them, having not talked to one coach from those schools, not not understanding or knowing that there is anybody that some of these schools have. I wish I can call somebody and ask right now, and y'all can hear on the phone. I won't tell you. I just call the school and say, "Hey man, how many scholarships y'all got for this season? Y'all got a full 25?" I said, "Let me call. Let me see if anybody will pick up. Let me see. Let me just do it on live. How about that? I'm gonna do it. He ain't gonna answer and say his name. He know it's me. Yeah." That wasn't no fluffer. Michigan State. That was an offer and a take. That's what that was. Who calling E. Scott? No, I'm not calling E. Scott. Please leave your message. I guarantee you. No, that wasn't who I called, Matt. I wasn't calling him. I wasn't calling him. I was calling University of Washington is who I was calling. Now I'm gonna call somebody else. See if he done got bougie. He got call has been forwarded to an automated. He done got bougie. He don't be answering all the time. Let me see. Yeah, man. I'm calling 3 or 4. No, I ain't calling Bethel. I'm calling Power Fives right now. I'm just gonna ask a simple question. Whoever picks up first. I'll call 1 double A's. He says, Daryl West said, I'm thinking every family has a different agenda. All, I believe, have an NFL dream, some college degree, some just love the game and want to take it as far as they at the highest. Absolutely, your goal can. I love the statement, Daryl, what they say: reach for the stars, but you might land on the moon. You still up there? Okay, you want me to do that, Matt? You still up there. The problem is, cats just don't be really dealing with it like Cole. That's what I call. I'll call Coach Cole. Let's see if he answers. Yeah, that's what I called first. He done got bougie on me. I be teasing him. What's up, Coach? Coach Cole, let me ask you a quick question, real quick, for my podcast, okay? How many scholarships y'all got to give this year, sir? Total. Class of 2022.
I think we got a couple for corner, a couple for linebacker.
2 for linebacker, 2 for corner, right?
Yep. And then offense, we're pretty much full. I don't think we're taking a guy. We might have one spot. It's kind of just a best shoot for the stars kind of guy.
So right now you at 5.
Yeah. And a D lineman.
Oh, and so 6.
Yeah.
Okay, and you guys are having camp on the 15th and the 16th of June.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and so with 6 scholarships on the 15th and 16th of June.
Yep.
You plan to have somewhere between all them sessions 300 kids or more.
Oh yeah, way more. Yep.
Way more than 300 kids to fill 6 spots.
Yep.
How many of those kids? I'm just from a podcast. How many kids do you have on the board for 6 spots? Because I was taught by the guy that teaches you. He taught me very, very, very good, Mr. Cherokee Valero.
Yes, sir.
He taught me something. He said for every spot, we usually offer about 10 guys to get 1 guy.
Yep.
So you have 60 offers out. 60.
Yep. That's a good ballpark. Yep.
60 offers out to get 6 guys. So 2 DBs, you got 20 offers out or more. 22 linebackers, you got 20 offers out or more. One offensive lineman, you got at least 10 offers out or more. And maybe you said a D lineman, right?
Yep. Yeah, D lineman.
So you got 60 offers to do this. Not looking for any tight ends, no quarterbacks.
It's got to be on an offensive side, like I was saying. Really, it's like got to be the right guy. Could be really any of those.
Got to be a special guy, right?
Yep.
Okay. And you told me this the other day, and Coach Sam, I'm not putting you on the spot.
Yeah, good.
8 running backs on scholarship.
Yeah, I can count them up. Currently, we're going to lose 2. I mean, 2 of them are seniors.
2 are seniors. You're going to lose 2. So you're not going to get because you already got 6 running backs still.
Yeah. I mean, we got, unless it's an impact.
Bingo.
Older guy. Yep. Probably. Or if it's a younger guy, it's got to be a guy that somehow slipped through the cracks. Special guy we probably got no business getting.
Wow. Coach, I just want to thank you, man. You helped the argument. And it's those numbers aren't like something that you guys don't put out public, but you just say you're not looking for that many guys, but that's Sac State, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, Coach, I mean, I definitely encourage probably to have ask those same questions to guys around the country. I mean, everybody's dealing with these impacted rosters.
Oh, I know.
I heard some stat. I think it's like normally, like in a normal year, FCS and FBS.
Yeah.
The amount of scholarships awarded to football kids was somewhere in the ballpark of like 4,700 kids each year.
Yeah.
Between the 2 levels, that number is down from last year, down half.
As far as scholarships, or how many kids you get?
Yeah, there was a little over 2,000 scholarships awarded in this last class.
So you guys normally would have 4,700, and now you're down to about 2,000. FCS?
In all of D1 college.
In all of D1?
Yeah, that's FCS and FBS.
FCS and FBS put together.
Yep. So like all D1 football is usually around 4,700 or something, some number like that.
Now the NCAA. Now the NCAA is going to allow you guys to carry how many on the roster this year, and then when is it supposed to level out? Because I talked to some coaches and they were like they had like 110, 100 guys. Where are you guys at?
Yeah, that number hasn't changed. I'm very on speak here. I got Coach Key with me, so he knows a lot more of the.
What's up, Coach Key?
Hold up, Coach.
I wish I could get Coach Key. He.
I got you, Coach.
What's going on, Guru?
What's up, big dog?
Hey, so I'm on my podcast and I'm just really talking about the numbers. You taught me a really good thing a few years ago with Isaiah when you were recruiting him about, the way you did the numbers. And I always tell people that, not only are you straightforward, you really explain it, in a great way. So right now, roster wise, is it across the board, usually you guys will get 25 scholarships, right?
Roughly, give or take.
Give or take.
A guy 5th year, 6th year, depending on injuries and stuff like that. You know how some guys got that.
Right.
The injury year back, a 6th year or something like that.
So numbers wise, when do they plan for this to level out again? When do you think, is it going to level out in 23? Is it 24? What are they looking for?
I would think 2 years out. This whole level out 2 years out. Where the big dogs are going to have to hit is next year. Everyone's recruiting right now and doing a good job because they have all the extra money right now to bring in guys and they'll have money next year. It's the following year that's gonna be a little hectic.
24 is gonna be tough.
No. It's gonna be like your 21s obviously just came in, right?
Okay.
Recruit the hell out of those guys because they could oversign, right?
Okay.
22s
right.
are gonna be a little bit. 23s are gonna have a hit. Let's say your 22 is going to have a little hit, your 23s are going to have a hit. And then it should even back out 24, in my opinion.
So you say so with those guys, 22s, it's gonna be pretty rough. Well, it's gonna be pretty rough because but you're carrying because you guys can carry what 100 because you guys are usually a 65 Division One AA, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And what are they allowing you guys to carry?
Well, it all depends on your Title IX, right?
Yeah. Oh,
That's your Title IX for your university. So
okay.
each individual university decides how much their Title IX men's compared to women's sports on the roster count is.
And you helping me go back to that. That Title IX is gonna be.
That's the limiting factor there.
So you want to have you really want to have a bunch of women's sports at your school so you can even it out. But if you don't have women's golf, volleyball, softball, and all the other sports, you football becomes in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay. So you usually can carry 865. What are they allowing you guys to carry because of COVID?
Oh, besides with COVID, still it's going to be 110. Right around there, 110.
So that 110 allows you guys to have 110, but what that does is that brings back 22. So that's 110 players, but that's those seniors that year didn't count. They get that year back, plus the
Yep.
plus the class you're bringing in,
Yep.
and then you have PWOs and portal guys.
That's where you're seeing it, man. You're seeing it. I mean, you know it on your side is how many PWO offers are there out there?
It ain't a lot, but
Not a lot at all because most teams have their class that's coming in plus their seniors that are there.
yeah,
They don't have that extra roster spot to give to somebody to allow them to come in and try to fight for the job because it's already being handled by the senior that's still there.
that's still there. So yeah, that's why it wasn't a whole lot of PWOs given a lot. Now, a lot of people think that this is a case, and usually we go, oh, this case by case, school by school. For the most part, this is everybody across the board. I've talked to you guys. I've talked to Cal Poly. I've talked to Hunky Cooper at San Diego State. Everybody's having the same problem, whether it be Power Five, mid major. Everybody still got that 110 number, and then they haven't given you guys a date on when you have to get it back down to 85 and 65.
No. So you're talking about two different numbers. So you're talking about like what's our roster count for
Yeah,
Title IX? That
Yeah.
will always be 110. Unless we get more women's sports in here.
right.
Your scholarship count, right?
Scholarship count. That's what I mean. Your scholarship.
Count will be above right now due to COVID. That needs to go down. They haven't told us when that needs to go back.
So
down.
what's your scholarship count?
So it's our number. What are we? 63 at FCS.
Yeah, 63 at FCS.
85 and 63. So
Dang. So 85 is so they're allowing you to have 80.
85 is FBS.
FBS is 85.
Yeah.
And
85 for FBS, 63 for FCS.
And how many?
We can take the 63 and cut it up as many ways as we want to.
Right.
FBS could only have, full scholarships, 85.
So there's only 85 scholarships, but they're allowing you to carry 110. So, golly, man, you guys end up having almost 57 extra kids?
Something like that, yeah.
And right now, when you can have 57 extra kids, that means no PWOs because you got all those seniors that came back. In a given senior key, since you've been doing this, how many seniors do a school would they have normally lost? No.
We would have lost at least 8 to 10. We would have lost at least 8 to 10.
So
I had four older guys already, that would have probably last year been done. So yeah.
So 8 to 10 guys, that means those 8 to 10 guys took up 10 roster spots.
Yeah, at least.
Of the 63 scholarships.
Yep.
So that would have gave you wow, that would have gave you yeah, you would have been
depending on what the scholarship looked like, would give you at least 10 scholarships to recruit.
10
21 guys.
And this is what I like tell parents, and I use the reference you did with me with Isaiah. Like, you're a prospect, then you're a recruit. Your recruit is on the board, right? It's somebody you actually recruiting. prospect guy, there's names, there may be an edit, there may be something, but at 23, I mean, as a recruit, it's kids you talking to, you know, and talking to
Yeah.
Coach Cole, you guys looking at what, 2, 4, like 6 spots, man. That's great. And then you're looking at more because you never know who may want to go in the portal from you guys, who may just not play anymore. So you may end up getting 8, you may get 9 or something. But
Yeah.
that's a lot of kids out there, man. That's just that they get overlooked.
Yep.
Last question: do you think now D2, NAIA football, and all those schools are going to be way better football because of the way things are going?
I think JC's going to be way better.
So tell me about that. Tell me about that because there's
The
the
thing about all the 21s that weren't able to sign or weren't able to go to a preferred walk-on because there's no roster spot.
but when you say you think
Colleges are going to get all the guys that can get in there, you know, get more talented guys.
But
at the junior college.
but I like this question now. I said last. Now you opened up another one, Cherokee, because when you say you think JC is going to get better, how many JC guys did you guys take last year before all of this stuff happened?
Maybe Trash, offense. We took yeah. We took. I would say on the defensive side we took 1 or 2.
Okay, so on the
Or
deep,
even hit. So we had a guy we recruited, you know, and then found out we had COVID. So he's never played it down for us yet. So we recruited him out of JC.
so you ended up taking 4 guys out of JC.
I'd say at the most.
At the
I would
most.
say 3. I would say 2 or 3. Yeah, 1 or 3.
So 2 or 3. So you took on average probably 3 guys out of JC. 1 guy you had already talked to, then COVID hit. But on any given year, and I know when you were up at Eastern, you guys didn't really have. How many JC guys were you taking on a regular? Huh?
0 at Eastern. Every program's different, right?
Right.
So I would say here, if it was a normal year, it would take maybe 2 to 3.
Okay.
Maybe 2 to 3.
So
And we took 1 last year.
okay.
Yeah, 1 to 2 because of COVID.
So when you say that, because I have a lot of parents battling between taking NAIA money and going to a JC, and just saying, you know, and the kids saying, "Hey, I want a chance to play D1." When you look at the numbers and where they are, would you say a kid has better opportunity going JC and staying 2 years and letting this thing pan out and the numbers get back to normal in, let's say, the 23-24 class as JC? Or because every JC kid now, here's the bad part about that. They all think, oh, I'm only gonna go 1 semester and I'm getting out. I'm getting those numbers still won't change.
Yeah, I think right now you might have a chance.
Yeah.
You know, if it was a normal year, I would say go the NAIA route.
Okay. Yeah.
I would say.
If it was a normal year, you'd say go NAIA. If not, JC is a good look for a kid because that's where some talent is, because you guys just didn't get to see a lot of these guys. I know that's going to be crazy at the camp. I'm excited. Any other new schools added to the camp? I know I saw all the Pac-12s. Is it going to be like
Pac-12s? I mean, we're releasing on Twitter once a day just so we keep the info live, you know.
Yeah, I see it. I see it hyped. I saw Michigan.
But I think everybody signed up already. I don't think there's no new additions that have kind of come up to the woodworks lately. I had a buddy over at Tulsa, and I told him, you know, if he was interested. He was a California guy, you know.
Yeah.
He was interested in getting into that camp. He could, but I haven't heard back from him if he can make it. So.
Look at me, Cherokee. I got one more question. I got about one more last question, don't I? Hey, real quick. What would you tell a kid he should be doing when he comes to camp? Like, do you like one of the things I do is I email you guys what kids I'm bringing, what kids will be there. What would you say to a parent about camp? Because that was what my show was about today. Like, what about camp? Coming to camp, for
I
you.
would say reach out, find a way to reach out to the coach saying that you're going to be the camp. I think you saw, Coach Cole and myself and a couple of the other coaches kind of just threw out there, hey, if you're coming to camp, like, retweet or something like that, just so we have a name to the face, do that. And then when you come to camp, you have to stand out. You have to find a way to stand out somehow, some way.
Okay.
So in drills, in one-on-ones, in any type of competitive atmosphere, you got to find a way to stand out.
Well, we not on record, but we are doing one-on-ones. We back, right? One-on-ones.
Yep.
Good. So one-on-ones are back. So you said find a way to stand out, do what you need to do. Okay. All right.
Before you get there, try to find out if the coach has watched your film, knows that you're coming.
And before you, hey, I say it all the time. Before you go, make sure get the coach, make sure you watch your film, know that you're coming. Some coaches will remember who you are when you're going through the drills. So is your whole staff doing the camp? Are they doing the drills and stuff, or?
Our staff is, yes.
And you doing the DBs? Because I got some guys I got to bring to you.
Yep.
All right. Well, man, thank you so much, you and Coach Cole, man. I appreciate it. Y'all answer these number questions. I try to share with these parents like what's really going on.
Anytime, Coach. Anytime, brother.
All right, man. Thank you so much, man.
Okay.
All right.
Have a good one.
Hey, Coach Cole.
Yeah.
Chris Miller, Culver City. You know that kid?
Yeah. Baller.
Baller, huh?
Yeah.
He doing all right?
He's doing his thing out here for sure.
All right.
Yeah. He put down a great spring, man.
Did he?
Yeah, that guy's a football player for sure.
Okay. All right, man.
Dude.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I'll get with you. I'll talk with you later this week because I got to give you my list.
Yeah.
As we come back from Dallas, I'll get with you.
Cool.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Coach.
All right.
See you
Later. Hey, man, this is what I'm talking about. So maybe that was an FCS or FBS school, we want to make sure you understand. And again, those are the conversations. So to Ernesto and all of you guys saying go to JC for a year, right now he said, hey, it's a big talent pool. JC football is probably where they're going to look for a lot of guys. I think you're welcome, brother. I think that's going to be a really good, a good deal to possibly look at some JCs. Make sure you're getting on the field. If you're trying to get out in a year, please don't go to JC gray shirt, red shirt. If you're trying to get out, go play. Please go play. I was reading comments and I'm looking for Daryl. Where's Daryl? He was on here. Oh, well, can't read it. Yeah, I'm telling you, I was reading comments. Oh, where Daryl? There. Yeah. Oh, there he was. Okay. So again, all right, man. Next topic today, man. We talked about the numbers. We talked about Kyrie Crump. Brother got me on a show the other night, and I really enjoyed myself. I had to get off Crump. That's why I was gone. I want to ask everyone their thoughts of Kwame Brown going in. I know we've been, I didn't jump right on and talk about it, but I wanted to really, really have a conversation about this, man. I think yeah. D said it looked like they just playing for fun. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I told you those numbers are, and that's across the board talking to a lot of guys. Unless you're looking at doing some unconventional things like going to school on the East Coast or really finding a school that you probably wouldn't normally would have looked at, right? Daryl, I'll call you about a school that I had a conversation with, 1AA, about your boy, wide receiver coach. Liked him. Anybody that told you they weren't doing one-on-ones, I saw Ty Mitchell. They are doing one-on-ones at Sac State. So, yep, it is. It is definitely, yeah. And the offensive spot he said was O-line, or he has to be a guy. 2 DBs, 2 linebackers, 1 offensive line, 1 defensive lineman. That's crazy. When they normally in a year they would have 25, and what they're doing is they're doing 25 scholarships. Now you got, if you would have had 10 seniors leave, you'd have had 15 to give, and then you probably would have lost 2 or 3 to the portal, which would have gave you 13, which would have gave you, shoot, 17. You'd have had 17 to give, and now the numbers are what they are. So, like D, he's a numbers guy, so he hearing the numbers, and that's what, when I say guys aren't telling you the truth, when you walk out there or guys aren't managing expectation, if you're never talking to parents about uh, if you're never talking to parents about every level, you're cheating the parent, because on this level, this is what they have, and everything rolls downhill. Y'all heard it. So Kwame Brown was right. Then he got super sensitive and started sex playing Matt Barnes. They should have kept the basketball. Yeah, Kyrie, I was with you really much, and then I went back and I listened, and I think Kwame Brown was sensitive because the fact that he's dealing with this from the place that he's sensitive about within himself. Like, he's sensitive about it, and he's being sensitive about it because that's his place of sensitivity, and we call it super sensitive, but has to be Matt Barnes' super sensitive spot too about his ex-wife. So at what point do you go, well, that's personal, and I'm doing this now on this show, that's personal, what happened with him and his wife and Derek Fisher, though we only know it because of basketball. She was on Basketball Wives. Derek Fisher played basketball. Matt Barnes played basketball. It's still basketball, right? In a sense, I'm playing Angel's advocate here, Crump, that it's still a basketball. Your boy, you know what I mean. I'm reaching, huh? I'm reaching. But at the end of the day, like me and Matt V and all these guys with 707, we can disagree to disagree, but it can never be, it should never get to the point of it being so personal that now, me and Matt, when he uh it becomes, now I start talking about other stuff, right? When Matt, I don't care about Pro Way and Premium and Ground Zero when it comes to the fact of somebody's life. And when Matt's father got sick last year, you know what? I'm on the phone, man. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for this guy. This stuff ain't never that. It ain't never that big, right? Like, y'all hear us argue on here. We talk. I'll call Matt V. I'll ask Mac. I'll ask Mac V for help with recruiting. Who's the coach? Who can I talk to? And I got a service. I may not know everybody. Matt may call me and say, "Hey, I got a kid. He's maybe an NAIA guy. Hawk has done it. I'm gonna help anybody because at the end of the day, I need help. You know what I mean? Now, I may not agree with you, but on everything that you do, but that's your business. So I think to have these men, it's so funny. I have to agree with Kwame Brown in one sense. You're working for the system. You're sitting there tearing down this man. I don't think they do it every day, but at the end of the day, it's like, yo, man, at some point, I'm with you, Lamont. At some point, hey, my dad used to say it all the time. Hey, you can back a mutt in a corner. Oh, he don't bite. Put him in a corner if he want to fight for his life. And Kwame Brown is tired of being the brunt of everybody's jokes. Everybody, there's been many NBA quote unquote so-called busts. I went back and watched Jalen Rose, which was really phenomenal. I love what Jalen Rose said, and what he said to Stephen A. and what he was saying to Skip Bayless. And he said, "How is he a bust? He went number one overall. I didn't go number one overall." So I like what Jalen said, and Jalen epitomizes the greatness that I love in a real analyst, commentator, NBA guy, because uh, because he played the game. So when he talks, it's not Stephen A. Smith who like Kwame said, you liked the game. You didn't go further. I went further than you in my career. So at the end of the day, you have a job because of me. You have something to report on, whether good or bad. You got a job because of me. So that's the part that becomes the funny part. He said, what Lamont said. So if you steal on me and I retaliate by stabbing you, am I wrong? Absolutely. I mean, you chose your poison, right? I should have stabbed you instead of stealing on you. Because whatever way you retaliate, I got to deal with it because that was it. There ain't no fair. Come on, man. You from the streets. Ain't nothing fair in a street fight. I done seen a dude bite a plug out a dude's shoulder. And the dude stopped fighting, was like, you bit me. He was like, nigga, we fighting. What was I supposed to do? We wasn't in the boxing ring under some rules. So you know what I mean? So you said no problem, but what they did is public record. They talked about your game. It wasn't good. Don't mean you are not a success story. You just didn't pan out. Right. And Crump, I'm gonna reach again. And what Derek Fisher did was public record by TMZ when Matt Barnes jumped over there and stole on him. Maybe your backdoor relationship wasn't a success. Just didn't pan out the way you thought it was, that you were just going to get away. When the little boy said, your friend Derek is here. I mean, I, I mean, I'm just saying in every way we could try to say, like I said, here's what's funny. Shawnee O'Neal, family friend, cool, not gonna say nothing bad about you, Shawnee, is successful because of her husband. I just had somebody say, why she still got his last name? Because she's trying to get paid. What you mean? Is she supposed to now go, I ain't nobody, I better be Shawnee Jackson again or Shawnee whatever, right? And what's she supposed to do? Come on, man. So we know her because of basketball. We know her because of Shaq. So everything she do is gonna be still related back to, oh, Shawnee O'Neal, Shaq's ex-wife. Yeah, O'Neal. Yep, that's her. Don't go. It's gonna ride with it, right? Like Lamont said, can't be a bust. You played 12 years in the league. And Lamont, don't forget, number one overall pick. Number one. Number one. Number one. So which brings me to some other number one question. I mean, so that's what I mean, man. Like Do you think these guys are wrong? I mean, Kwame is going. I mean, Kwame. I don't know, man. Little hands or not, he might be. He might be still strong. I don't know. Who you got? Matt Barnes, Becky with the good hair is what he calls him. Matt Barnes looks like one of them light skinned dudes with problems that will kill you though. He kind of got a lot of that in his game on his face. He got that disturbed light skinned look. I mean that man, hey man, that man said, which one of your daddies didn't like you? The black one or your black daddy or your white granddaddy? I about lost my mind. I said, boy, Kwame hitting below the belt. I mean, but to Kwame, let's be real. You hitting below the belt on my basketball game. You know. And I didn't like, I mean, Gilbert Arenas just was flat out like, yeah, I wanted you gone. He said, you took money out my kid's mouth. I was about to make $88 million. Yeah, Kwame been quiet for a long time. That right there just burned. If I lose $88, I'm mad. Imagine 88 million. You can't say nothing about me. I'm talking. I'd have been done talking. Y'all niggas better not do nothing. I'm telling on all y'all. I don't care. I'm a snitch, everything. If I lose 88 million, I'm telling. So for Kwame to be quiet this long and then say, I'm 20 years removed from the #1 pick, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm upset. I'm tired. I don't want to talk about it. I don't. Hey, I want to look at some numbers, man. Two people I love dearly, grew up with one, and one of them been my friend for many years now since I moved to Bakersfield for about 12 years. Talked to him the other day, and this came up. I want to ask you guys that are still on here. You got. I want to ask a question. Two people, NFL guys. Keyshawn Johnson, Joey Porter, Pittsburgh Steeler. Here's my poll. Are they Hall of Famers? See, when Matt gets on, he says these are those still. Becky and Jackson are only two who appear sensitive to me. Becky wants to fight, and Jackson was talking about sending goons at Kwame. They better be careful. Yeah. Jackson's one of my good boys, man. Lamont. You know, I was with him in Phoenix, and he from Port Arthur, Texas. He done try to change his life. Yeah, uh, I get it. I get it with Jackson. Uh, Matt wants to fight because Matt's just who he is, right? That's just who he is. Um, Matt's mad, and so that's it. We want to welcome Maury, our good friend from the Bay, who is now not a 49er fan. He is a full-on Pittsburgh Steeler. And with this question I asked, Keyshawn Johnson, Joey Porter, Pittsburgh Steeler, are they Hall of Fame worthy? Are they Hall of Fame worthy? Is is Keyshawn Hall of Fame worthy? I ain't never seen. Hey, well, Lamont, if fighting got to do with the way you play, Kwame Brown might get beat up because he was sorry. So sometimes people, you know, okay, neither one of them, Crump. I need to do this poll right now. I'm doing it because I got to. Yeah, that's what I want to know. Joey Porter is 99 sacks from the outside linebacker. Only 3 or 4 people have ever done it. He's got 99. Only 3 or 4 people have gotten 100. He was trying to get to that number to be part of that elite group. He's missing it by 1 sack. One. Just one. So tell me why Joey, and then let's pull up Joey Porter's numbers. I'm gonna pull up his numbers, man, and just kind of look at his. Yeah, I mean, he got like 20 rows on Wikipedia. Man, this is some good stuff here, man. I got to share this, man. This is crazy. So when we look at Joey's numbers, like right, it bananas, dude. This is combine pre-draft numbers. Okay, 6'2.5", 241 pounds, long arms. He ran a 4.69. Wow. 3 cone drill, he ran 7. Short shuttle, he went 4.4. Broad jump, 10 feet. Bench press, 27 something reps. Um, career games, 187, 660. Yeah. And assisted, yeah, sacks. Yeah, assisted sacks. He is sitting there at 98. He's missing it by two hundred. In 1 year, he got 17.5 sacks. He got 10 Pittsburgh, 7. He man, just come on, man. 12 interceptions. 12. Okay. I mean, 99 to 2011. Um, those some those are some numbers. Those are some numbers that we gotta look at, man. Ooh wee. I mean, I'm just, I'm just asking. So I'll come back in the feed in a minute. But let's look at Keyshawn Johnson. You know, uh, that's SC, number 1 pick overall, the Jets. I mean, this dude had what, 1 bad year? 45 catches, 1 bad year in Tampa Bay? That was the last year he was there. But he's averaged 63, 70, 83, 89. Tampa Bay 106, 76, 45, 70. In the years that they thought he was done, 71 and 71 in Dallas, and 70 in his last year in 167 games played, 815 receptions, 10,000 yards, 64 touchdowns. I mean, I want to know. Tell me stat wise you know what you're thinking when I ask if these are two guys that wow. How many yards Key per season? Key averaged oh eight 844 as a rookie, 963, 1100, 1100 the last 2 years, 800, 1200 in Tampa Bay, another 1,000 in Tampa Bay, 600 that last year, 9.8, 9.88. And he's a 1,000 yard guy in 10 years. He's 10-year career, 10,578. I mean, wow, you guys would say both 76 catches for 700 yards is not. Wait a minute. 76. He didn't have 76. 76 catches for 1,088 yards. 63 catches for 844. 70 catches for 963. It's an average of 13 yards a catch, bro. I mean, the worst year he had was 45 balls. 45 balls for 600. He still averaged 13 yards and 13 yards a catch. That's the last year in Tampa Bay. I mean, huh? His numbers are. Hey, Lamont. Hey, Lamont. He's a possession receiver. He wasn't stretching the field for nobody. Like, really? So let's look at Hall of Fame wide receivers. Yeah. I mean, I just want to know. I want to know NFL Hall of Fame wide receivers. Then I look at linebackers. I want to know who they are. Okay. I want to see how bad the numbers are off. That next player, Deacon. Stop, Mont. I need to know how bad they are. I'm asking a question because I want to know. I want to know. All right, here we are. Hall of Fame wide receivers. Are these the wideouts? Wow. Jerry Rice. Yeah, I see these numbers here. Lot different, but he's the GOAT. 22,000 yards. Randy Moss, 15. Marvin Harrison, 14. Larry Fitzgerald, he'll be a Hall of Famer. 17,000. Terrell Owens, 15. Steve Largent, 13. Keyshawn was better. Shut up. James Lofton, 14. Lance Allworth, whenever he played in 1972. Chris Carter, 13. Tim Brown, 14. Reggie Wayne, Tim Holt, Torrey Holt. So, okay, that 8,000, that 10,000 ain't nobody at everybody over 10. I mean, Stanley Morgan is at 10,716. Cliff Branch is at 8,000. Now, if Cliff Branch, you on Cliff over Key, stop. Harold Jackson, what year did he play? What year is that? 19 what? 68. He had 10,000 yards and 60. Drew Pearson, Cowboy. Can't talk about him. I mean, yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Harold Carmichael. John Stallworth. All right. All right. I got you. Key's not in there. All right. Okay. All right. Outside linebacker. Is that what Joey is? LT. Derek Brooks, Jack Ham, Ted Hendricks, Junior Seau, Derek Thomas, Kevin Green. Okay. They saying DeMarcus Ware gonna be, where are these sacks at? Golly, 132? Jesus. That 98 ain't look. Joey Porter, 98. He's for consideration. Yeah, told y'all, told y'all, told y'all. Jay Peasy. I'm voting for Jay Peasy to get in. I don't care what y'all say. Yeah, you're right, Lamont. All right, I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that, Lamont. Jay Peasy can get in. Keyshawn might have to make a comeback. Michael Jordan did it. And one time, Keyshawn looked me right in my face and told me, I'm the Michael Jordan of football. That's exactly what he told me. Joey, I think but he went to coaching or something. There's some little something in there with that. Torrey Holt didn't make it. Torrey Hope got game. He was a baller. Man, I hope y'all enjoyed the show today. I hope you guys learned something. Those conversations that I have with these coaches, and I'm just glad to be able to pick up the phone and be able to call and talk to these guys about what we talk about. So definitely want to be able to do so. And we'll be back, man. Streets Take. I'm the Deacon. Hey, get ready for the adventures of Data Quan. Get ready for the adventures of Daddy Ball. We got some interviews with Data Quan. Y'all might see them later on tonight. Watch out. Data Quan in the building. He had a press conference. I want to say it was earlier today or later on today. Tune in. Data Quan had a lot to talk about with COVID and what had happened and why he reclassified. It was amazing.